redefine how India lives, works, and dreams. But more important is, why do we redefine it? We at Della really feel right at the beginning, when we start working on a business, we work on the purpose. Because every single entrepreneur, every single enterprise in the world needs to do that. If the purpose and the calling is stronger than the need to make money, you'll end up delivering impact. In this case, our purpose has been simple. How do we add years to life and life to years? How do we add years to life and life to years? It's a very simple purpose, but a very complicated one. Post independence, India has grown exponentially. Urbanization has taken its toll. India was never at the forefront under British Raj in design. Ancient India was at the forefront in the world in design. Our cities have mindlessly expanded, urban planning almost non existent, apart from one or two cities like Chandigarh. So, in a situation like that, how does one really work towards adding years to life and life to years of its occupants? Vertical residences, India has grown post independence from 3-story buildings and bungalows to first 7 and 8 floors, and then 15 floors, and now today 50 and 100 floors and more. So, at such a point in time, for us to understand fundamentally at the core of the DNA, how do we impact human lives in a positive manner so the lives of their occupants grow in terms of quality of life, in terms of years of life? We started working right at the bottom, and we came up with this word salutogenic living. Salute is health, living is genesis of health. A by chance interaction with a company in Austria known as Meyer Life changed my ways of thinking, because these guys specialize in quality of health and healthy living. We started further searching in those cities and towns where there is pollution is the order of the day. AQI indexes are getting worse and worse. They are as red as these lights on my face. What does one do? We started working again on the fundamentals. How can we bring carbon sequestration? How do we improve the oxygen levels? We have got into a joint development exercise at an initial stage with one of the foremost institutions in India, IIT Chennai, and trying to see how we can work together and demonstrate use of algae ponds, use of algae in vertical hydroponics, something that's never been done before. Algae hydroponics has attempted to be done in Singapore and in Germany on glass facades, but never on concrete surfaces. So we started working with them. Whilst we were doing that, we also started evaluating. India used to be a much more fun place to live in. We used to have the mohalla systems. I don't know how many of you kids would know a mohalla because it's ancient and archaic right now. Very few mohallas exist. Mohallas were nothing but a community, an ethnic community, a religious community, a work community, but any kind of a community coming together and working together. Those used to be the mohallas. What did the mohallas offer? A community living. They offered everything in and around the periphery, from home to work, recreation to neighborhood, enjoyment to fun, games to the serious stuff that they did over there, was all within those communities. We started working that what has gone wrong in India, why have we gone away from a system that was working so very well? We realized integrated townships were the solution. So on one side, we were working on carbon sequestration. The second side, we started working. How do we make living a pleasure? How do we add years to life in this kind of an environment? So we started coming up with the concept of integrated townships. How does one create the attraction of an integrated township away from a single vertical isolated tower that most of us live in? Why are theme-based townships not being designed, not just in India, but globally? So we again took a step back and we started designing theme-based townships. These themes were nothing but a community in a perspective. It's a race course, it's a golf course, it's a golf-loving community, it's a BFSI foundation, so it's a BFSI related community, so on and so forth. Once we sorted out the themes, we went on to work. what can we do to create a differentiating factor on horizontal living, on vertical living, and how can we integrate everything together where wellness is not a luxury but a necessity. We started working with resort living conditions and how can we implant a resort into every single township of ours. One thing led to the other, and today we stand a year and plus where we have already managed to create an entire concept, not just for one township, but we launched 10 of our townships. This month, we completed about 50,000 crores of GDV, one of the fastest growing real estate companies in the country in an asset light model. All of this has been possible because our purpose and our vision is way above making money. How can we create integrated living systems? How can we bring in hospitality, weddings, marriages? How can we bring this with vertical, horizontal living? How can we bring biophilic architecture? Architecture that's not usually practiced in India, but that's a short certainty of improving the air quality index in the given environment. How can we create a smallest carbon footprint into a given area? Each of these things led us to experts globally, global designers, global urban planners, global architects with whom we've collaborated, global wellness gurus with whom we've collaborated, and bringing all of this talent together into India, into the townships that we are dreaming and aspiring to create. Throughout the world, when we've been traveling, right from the initial stages of my career, I'm a person who's been associated with design. I've always seen the creative world converge onto design districts. So Milan is a beautiful design district. New York has a lovely design district. London has one. I can go on naming cities in the world which have fantastic design districts. Yet, even today in 2026, India doesn't have a design district officially. So, we started working with the idea how can we bring luxury retail and create an environment where music, art, culture, and the creative world can converge. Again, upholding values of wellness at any point in time. Mindfulness zones are something which are very, very basic and simple. All of us know taking a dip in a hot water which has got salt inside is a relaxing feature. Most of us are devoid of it because Indian homes usually do not have bathtubs in every bathroom. But community spaces wise, there are no collective reasons why we should not be having it. Saline water swimming pools are the solution to it. Yet in India, apart from one instance in Mumbai, I know which doesn't have any city, any place doesn't have saline water swimming pools. Mindfulness zones, saline water pools, these are the solutions to address burnouts, which individuals go through the rapid speed at which they work and live in their lives. It's a toxic life, and if you have to break and move to a different way of living, these are the solutions which are not just quick fix, but natural solutions in the long run. Imagine living in a township which is theme based. Imagine living in an area which is sensitive to the very essence of why the place exists. It exists to make sure it improves the quality of your life. So everything around this has been designed purely with you in mind, purely with the occupant in mind, purely with the environment in mind. A while back, I addressed on environmental sustainability, carbon sequestration, carbon footprints being minimized, and at some point in time, we will go from carbon negation to making sure that we eliminate and produce more oxygen. We've been working on creating package plants of microalgae, things that have never been done before. How can we utilize microalgae in a package plant, attach it to the fresh air ducting of air conditioning systems, be it to an individual home, be it to a building, or be it to a district? And once these experimentations yield results, we will be able to exactly monitor that for a biomass, what is the kind of oxygen generation we are doing, or what's the kind of carbon dioxide that we are consuming back from the atmosphere. So imagine a township where you're allowed to pursue your passion. You love horses, you love animals, you love pets. Imagine a township that's been designed with biophilic architecture, that's been designed with green spaces and blue spaces, that's been designed with you at the core and wellness at the core, that's been designed with hospitality, that's been designed with retail, which is in the form of design districts where art culture can thrive. To this, we add one of the most fantastic elements. We keep coming across senior citizen living. And every time I hear this word, I think of myself, कि साला आज नहीं ना कल people are going to dump me in one area and call it senior citizen living. I don't want to be dumped there. So each of these townships, how can we make sure that are completely senior citizen friendly? Because in a given environment, when you have plants, you have pets, you have animals, you have senior citizens, you can't go wrong in an environment like that. So each of our townships, we make sure that we have senior citizens at the core, at the center, pets at the core, at the center, human beings at the core, at the center, environment at the core and center. Now it leaves one thing. Last couple of decades, India has seen rapid growth in the real estate industry. India has seen rapid growth in hospitality. But both these industries have done very little on the social sustainability. Sustainability is into two parts: environmental sustainability and social sustainability. India has seen very, very little involvement and impact from both these industries. If at all, they've caused a harm on the social sustainability side rather than actually do things across. What if this township takes a responsibility, adopts the schools around there? There are enough Zilla Parishad schools in India which are languishing for want of good teachers, for want of IT equipment, for want of good nourishment. We did an experimentation with 260 or 70 Adivasi kids that now we run, where we adopted a school that was only till 7th, now it's become till 12th. What if this becomes a case study? And we are very fortunate that New York School NYU did a case study on how Delar Resorts is impacting local communities. This was an experiment. Why can't this experiment be taken by each and every organization running real estate and make it their mandatory responsibility? Not just to come up with platinum LEED certified buildings, but to come up with platinum certification on social sustainability and the impacts they're going to leave behind in the lives of people, in the environments that they operate. Hospitality industry in India is at its peak right now, and it's doing great guns. It has a great future for the next decade. There's no looking back. India is moving from 150,000 five-star category rooms or rooms to more than 500,000 rooms. Such a growth has never been experienced. What if it becomes a mandated norm for every hospitality company to cause a social impact? Do local employment, do skill development, which our beloved Prime Minister has been trying his level best to push through, impact women and their livelihood, empower women. This would be a magical game changer. Whilst the hospitality industry and the real estate industry is spiked up for a 500% growth, this would be a game changer that they need to justify in their financial results on the social sustainability as well. So it is our dream to create these magical cities. It is our dream to come to Rajasthan and do a couple of them as well. But it is our dream to make sure we impact humanity, touch as many human lives as possible of our townships, its occupants within, and the environments outside. Thank you.